So, check this out, people. Right now, everyone who's invested into GME is disappointed because of the news that happened the other day, a few days ago. I know that Ryan Cohen is taking over as an executive at GameStop. Unfortunately, just because Ryan Cohen knows how to buy into the stock market doesn't necessarily mean that he knows how to run a business. That's two different things. Also, I know that Morant's rant is a little disappointed because he's been selling this nonsense for the past 2 years about a MOAS. And so he's been pumping up the stock, promoting the stock, even though GME is in debt. He doesn't tell you these things. He doesn't tell you that GME owes its suppliers and they don't pay their bills. He doesn't tell you that GameStop doesn't pay their bills and that eventually the people who supply them are going to stop supplying them. And the only reason why GME did so well in the last quarter is because they don't pay their bills, so they were able to save money, and they fired a bunch of people. And if you don't believe me, all you have to do is Google GameStop and see what other analysts are saying and see what other professionals are saying about the stock, rather than listening to these people on YouTube who are pumping it up like cheerleaders and put their heart, their emotion, and their life into GME. You can't follow people who are emotionally invested into a stock. Emotionally invested. That means that their heart, their life, their money, their whole existence revolves around GME. And if you don't believe me, all you have to do is go to Morant's channel and listen to the way he talks and just look at him when he speaks about this stock. Is this a man who's giving you professional advice based on facts? Or is he someone who's giving you professional advice based on his emotions and his excitement and his delight about the stock, like a child waiting for Santa Claus on Christmas? Because I'm a grown man. And when I put my money into something, I expect a return. And if I don't get a return, I'm not going to stroke that stock pretending that that stock is the best thing since whatever. I'm not going to stroke any stock. I'm here to stroke my money because I'm trying to get paid. And so you have these people on YouTube, the same people who are invested into AMC are pretty much the same people who are invested into GME. You have people like Scavenger Stonks who says that AMC and GME runs together. And this is why AMC dropped 2 pennies the other day, because GME dropped $7. And since GME and AMC run together, this is according to Scavenger Stonks, just the other day, okay? Because AMC dropped 2 cents and GME dropped $7, they run the same. These are the people who are giving you advice. These are the people who are giving you stock market advice, okay? Now, I have a question for you, Morant, okay? Now, I'm not trying to gloat, and I'm not trying to get at you. I'm trying to understand what it is that's going on inside your head, really, okay? Because when I say you're like a 12-year-old who is excited about Christmas, you just have to look at your videos and look at yourself, how you promote the stock. It's not about money with you. It's not about people putting their money into a stock so that they can grow their money, according to you. It's about buying into GME because they believe in it. Because you believe in it, like you believe in Santa Claus, right? And because you believe in Santa Claus, you want to excite people about Santa Claus. You want to get people hyped about him so they can believe in him too. That's how you promote these stocks, or at least that's how you promote GME. There's nothing professional about what you do. A real professional, a real stock market investor gives both sides of the coin. And you have one side. You have a one-sided coin, or however you want to put it, two-sided, one-sided, I don't know. Whatever it is, every time you flip the coin, it comes out GME. Because on both sides of your coin, it's GME. It's not what if GME tanks, people, this is what you do. What if GME, when the quarterly earnings come in, if it doesn't do well, what do we do? With you is not that. With you is it's always going to do well. It's always going to grow. It's always going to jump. It's always going to go up, regardless of what it does. You're no different than the AMC crew. You're no different than the AMC apes. And this is why I come at you, because you're just as a liar. You're just as much of a scammer as these other people. The difference is that you were scammed into believing this, and you actually believe it. And because you actually believe it, you're passing down your lies and your nonsense to everyone else. Because if you were teaching the truth about GME, you would tell every one of your followers that GME doesn't pay their bills. Have them Google it. GME does not pay their bills. GME owes their suppliers $50 million in debt. And if you watch my last video, Marantz, I asked you a question and I want you to answer it. I'm not going to ask you the question again. I'm just going to play the video back for you. Okay? And you tell me, if you can, if you dare, because according to you, GME to the moon. It's never going to stop halfway to take a break. It's never going to stop to refuel, according to you. Regardless of what the numbers keep showing you. Regardless of what reality keeps showing you. And you continue to go up there, performing, belittling yourself, making yourself look really, really small. Really small. For a company that doesn't pay your bills, that doesn't do anything for you, you act like someone involved in GME behind the scenes is your father, your mother, your cousin, your sister, your brother. Somehow you're emotionally attached to the stock. You are. And each time you get on YouTube to promote GME, you get excited, and then when the stock doesn't do well, you say, hey, I don't care. I don't care about daily earnings. I just care about the books. Well, the books tell me that GME doesn't pay their bills. You care about that? You care about that? Anyway, I'm going to stop ranting, Marantz. And I'm just going to go back to the question I asked you about a month ago. All right? Check this out. When positivity, according to Marantz rants, GME, because everything he says is positive, look at what's happened to the stock. What's GME going to do when they run out of people to fire in the next quarter? And they can't show good numbers, because the only reason GME has shown good numbers this quarter is because they fired people, they've let go people, and that's the only reason they showed a profit. How about next term? next quarter, when there's no one left to fire, what's their stock price going to look like then, Morans? What's it going to look like next quarter? You still going to sell this nonsense that GME is going to the moon?